Today on BNI Mid America TV, it's the Notable Networker Show. These BNI members have been nominated by their peers for doing amazing things, reaching big accomplishments, and actively displaying the giver's gain philosophy. Listen as they share their golden nuggets for networking success. And now your host, Marcy Cascio-Hale.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to BNI Mid America TV. This is the Notable Networker Show. And this is where we get a chance to talk with some seriously outstanding members and get their insights on business, BNI, and networking. My name is Marcy Cascio-Hale, and I am your host. And today I have with me Marcel Brown of Marcel Brown Technology Services. You may know him as the most trusted name in computers or in technology. That's what I should say, in technology. Marcel is a member of the Belleville BNI chapter, and he meets on Wednesday mornings. He holds currently the technology and network seat, and he serves as the education coordinator, technology coordinator, and he serves on the membership committee. And with the transition, he is looking to go to the growth coordinator and passport coordinator seats. He is a busy man, as you can tell. Thanks for coming today, Marcel. I appreciate having you here.
Well, thank you, Marcy. Thanks for having me on.
Well, it's really easy to have you on because I received so many nominations for you. So I'm really glad that we are finally able to connect. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about your business. So let's dive right in and talk about Marcel Brown Technology Services. Tell us what you do and why you do it.
Okay, well, basically I help small businesses and also individuals in the home with their technology. So that's anything from fixing problems to setting up brand new systems, advice and consulting, basically anything to do with technology. And if you have the easy, I try to tell people technology can be complicated. So I try to keep it easy. If you have a need and you don't know who to talk to me. I'll help figure it out. Either I can help you directly or I can get you connected with someone that can help more directly. But I've been doing this business over 19 years now, and I've been in BNI for over 18 years. Basically been in the computer industry my entire career. So over 25 years of experience. I think I'm getting close to 30. I got to double check those numbers, but technology is what I do. Technology is what I love. And I love helping my clients get the most out of their technology and just take care of them and make sure that their technology is working for them instead of holding them back.
And there's so much to talk about here, but I'm going to actually flip back to something we were talking about before we started recording. And I just wanted to tell you how impressed I am with you doing the follow-up and the follow-through. You were telling me about an issue you had with a client, working with another company, and what is it that you did to follow up to make everything okay?
Basically just, I was working with them to get a particular price savings from this other vendor, and everything seemed to go smoothly, but then it turns out there was a problem. They got double billed. So I had to start making a few phone calls and try to get everything straightened out. And I believe everything has been straightened out. It's all good. It's just a matter of, again, taking care of the client, whether it's working on their technology or going and making a few phone calls to make sure that people did what they were supposed to do and just getting all straightened out for them. It's, ultimately that's what I'm here to do, is take care of the clients, make sure everybody's happy and they're either getting the best out of their technology or, in this case, saving the money they were supposed to be saving.
See, and I love that about you, Marcel, because you don't let it just sit there and, well, I did what I was supposed to do. Now there's, I'm not. So I just want to tell you how much I appreciate that, because I am, I know you don't use this word. Well, I'm not going to use it. I'm not a technological person, so I will just let that stay there. So,
sure.
So considering I am not technologically minded, let's talk about your ideal client.
Sure.
Who is a great referral for you? Who is it you serve best?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, small business people and people in the home, but that's kind of broad. So let's talk about, very specific ideal clients. So I tend to work very well with people that are in the professional services. So that includes attorneys, accountants, financial advisors, uh, any business that's knowledge based, like the ones I just described.
Mhm.
Additionally, a lot of creative professionals, because they're basically professional services as well, and they
Mhm.
use a lot of technology. So those types of entrepreneurs or business people I work very well with, especially because I'm also a professional services provider. So we're all providing professional services to our clients. We all tend to know the importance of having a good, strong team of experts around us. And so there's, I think, a lot of synergy there. So, I've worked with a lot of attorneys. I have a lot of attorney clients, small firms that have gotten bigger over time. Um, a lot of those types of professional services, and that's really who I enjoy working with the most.
You hit close to home for me, because I'm one of those people that I will use what you put in front of me, but if there's a problem, I want somebody to call, because I don't want to learn your job. I just want to work on my job. So I really, really appreciate that. So if somebody has that kind of client, what kind of problems does that client come to you with?
So generally people come to me with, very vaguely two big types of issues. Number one, there's a problem and it's either something that's very urgent or it's been nagging for a long time and they've not been able to resolve it themselves, or maybe they had another company come in and they maybe put a band-aid on it, but the problem's still really there and it's still bothering them. That's one type of referral I often get, or clients come to me with that issue. The other is more of a need to set up something new. So maybe there's a new business, like say I've had new attorneys that were working for a firm and now they're out on their own. So they need their technology set up,
Mhm.
or the new business starts, they need a point of sale system, or those types of things. Or maybe they're growing and they need a handful more computers because they're hiring a lot more people. And up to that point, they haven't had anybody to guide them and oversee their technology. So it's kind of a mess and they need to get it straightened out so that it works as best as possible for all these new growth opportunities they have. So those are the two main type of clients I get, either solving an immediate problem or developing a new system or growing their technology infrastructure so that they can support their business growth.
Okay, and so how do you solve those problems then? I mean, don't give us all the answers, because we need to have an idea of what you do to help counsel them to sell those or figure those things out.
Sure. So obviously the variety of technology problems is pretty broad, so it's hard to answer that specifically. But in general, what I do is this: is number one, the most important thing is listen to the client, because I need to know what their real problem is. What is this problem affecting them in their business process? Is it just slowing them down? Is it causing them to not be able to do something that's causing client issues? There's a variety of things that the technology can have a problem with. Obviously, if their computer's not working and they can't do anything, that's a huge issue. That's pretty straightforward, cut and dried. But that's the number one thing: is listen, understand what is the true underlying problem that the technology issue is actually affecting. Because sometimes, rather than just going in and fixing the problem they tell me to fix, I'm going to listen and then say, you know what, I can fix this problem and I will, but also let's do something else here that might actually be a better solution in the long run. So that's really the number one thing: is assess the problem, understand the implications of it, and then come up with a plan and execute that plan effectively and efficiently, so that not only am I fixing the initial issue, but I'm also possibly fixing the root causes so that this problem isn't going to come back, or at least develop a plan with them to say, this is why you keep having this problem. Here's more what we can do to prevent this problem from happening, that sort of thing. So that's really the number one thing I do with the problems. And similarly for new systems or growth, that sort of thing. Again, it's number one, listen, what do they really want? What do they really need in a business sense, so that I can make sure I'm matching the right technology to that. And then again, work with them to set up a plan and implement it efficiently so that they get the most out of their time and money.
Listen, yeah, mic drop. We'll just leave that right there. Listen, bam. Well, I wanted to, that kind of leads us really coolly into our next segment is I want to talk to you about the feedback that I got for your nomination. Because basically how you get on the show is you get nominated. Somebody thinks you're doing a stellar job, at least somebody, if not multiple somebodies. And they send me a note and I, talk, listen. And so I wanted to share with you some of the feedback I got because I think it's really important. I think we need to know what we're doing right because most of the time, the only thing you hear is when you're doing something wrong. So I like to share what people are doing right. So here's what I got. Marcel is a servant leader. He gets it and he understands the BNI way. He listens and he assists members and membership all across the region. Marcel steps up and has amazing ideas. And then this is a longer one, so I am going to read it verbatim. Marcel's hosting of the new member experience mixer expanded my business exponentially. His facilitation helped me meet others who were in the exact same place as I was in getting to know the BNI way and the BNI process. And with my business being, I'm using air quotes, not the normal BNI business, this was huge, all capital letters, huge, in getting me off to a great start. Thanks, Marcel. So wow. Those are the top three, and I want to know how that makes you feel. I mean, let's be real.
Well, I mean, it makes me feel really good. I'm glad that my efforts are, in fact, paying off. And as mentioned in that last testimonial there, that in addition to working with my chapter, I also do work with the region as part of being the new member experience coordinator. And part of that job definitely is to help new members get into the fold and realize the resources they have in the broader region, because a lot of people join BNI and they think it's just their chapter. They don't realize that there's, almost 60 other chapters out in our region, not to mention the nation and the world, that there's so many other BNI members that they can connect with. And so that's kind of what I want to do, is get those new members in and show them the BNI way. And of course, like I said, being in BNI over 18 years, I've learned a lot over that time, and have watched BNI evolve and that. And so, I'm happy and willing to share my experience and share my knowledge and help other BNI people, especially the new ones, get the most out of their membership. Just like, like I said, get the most out of their technology. I want BNI people to get the most out of their membership as well.
And I see you with like a washcloth, just wringing it out so that you get every last drop. And again, that's one of the things I love about you, is you see things that other people don't necessarily see. And you take that thing and you help somebody succeed with it. It's not, it's your success because you're sharing in their success, but you're helping other people be successful. And that is the BNI way. That's the giver's game.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
There you go.
And so what does it mean to be named a notable networker?
Well, it feels real good. It's good to be recognized. And that's also one of the BNI tenets is recognition. I remember when I was very first named a notable network way back within like my first year of membership. And I was a 20 something young entrepreneur, I think I was still within my first or second year of business in BNI, basically. And then here's all these people in this chapter that was, Belleville at the time was really on a growth spurt and becoming a big thing. And here's all these professional people that I'm looking up to, and they recognize me and say, you're doing a great job. You're really working this BNI system, and here's your notable network, the little blue badge. I should have had it with me now, because I still have that original blue notable networking card holder for the badge that I have. So that's my first one that I remember receiving. And then obviously for this show, it's great to hear all those nominations and what people think about it. Again, it's great to be recognized. And I think that one of the reasons why it is such an important integral part of BNI is the recognition, because people, like you said earlier, most of the time you only kind of hear about the things that are going wrong at times. It's great to hear that you are doing a good job and you are in fact impacting the lives of other people, whether that's directly in the work you're doing or with an organization like BNI, and just helping people in general, and hopefully helping them also grow their business and grow the local economy.
Yeah, it's not even a trickle down. It's like that drop of water in the ocean and all those ripples. So having been in BNI for as long as you've been, you probably have lots of stories. So I'm going to ask you, what is your best BNI story so far?
Well, being in 18 years, it's there's so many great stories. I mean, I can share a variety of really big referrals that I've received. I can share stories of giving some great referrals that really did impact some people's businesses, and it's really hard to pull out one. But I mean, I guess I could say in just general, being in 18 years BNI, that is the story, really. My business probably doesn't exist without the connections I've made, the networking I've done through BNI. It's, what's one thing belonging to chambers and other types of networking organizations, but the systemized way that BNI builds your referral base, builds your connections, and builds your business. I don't know where I would be without BNI. So I think that right there is the story.
Yeah, I mirror exactly what you're saying. BNI has, for me, has changed the trajectory of my life. And I don't want to say that because it sounds kind of weird, but I mean, I look who I was the day before I walked into BNI to now, and I would never be interviewing somebody on a show, for goodness. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
so
I basically grew up as an entrepreneur with BNI, so it's been such a part and parcel of my business that I don't know even how to separate it.
You don't even have a starting point. You were right in there. It was like you're born into it.
As an entrepreneur, yeah, I grew up that way. So
very cool. So with your history, do you have a golden nugget that you want to share?
So maybe a couple slight nuggets, similar minded, I guess.
Okay.
Let's just go with it here. So obviously my story being in so long, it really is about playing the long game. I think for most entrepreneurs, referral marketing, relationship marketing is an absolutely crucial component of growing your business. And whether you do it by happenstance or you do it intentionally and purposefully, that's going to be the real key. And so you're in BNI, you really need to look at it as the long game, because the longer you're in BNI, the number one, the more education you get, which is the other kind of nugget, is take advantage of all the education that BNI provides you. You're going to learn more. You learn more, you earn more. You're going to learn more. You're going to get better at it. You're going to deepen the relationships you have. You're going to create more relationships. And if you're doing it intentionally and purposefully, that is what's going to make a big difference for you. Because again, if referrals are just landing in your lap periodically, that's good, that's all right. But if you're really working the system and making referrals happen for you, and at the same time giving referrals and growing your referral partner's business as well, it just becomes a big snowball. So a lot of people can get frustrated at first, especially if they have certain types of businesses that takes a longer time to build up trust and referability. But if you stick with it, I mean, it's almost like, to me, it's like breathing. If you're not referral marketing, what are you doing? And if you're going to do it right, then do it right, and be in a system, the BNI system that is proven to be, over 36 or 37 years now, the most effective referral organization out there.
Well, and I love the intentionality of what you're talking about, because and the consistency, because I think people sometimes think, I've been in BNI for 3 months, I haven't hit the jackpot or anything. But you're talking about relationships take time, trust takes time, and it's just like working out. You're not going to go in and step on the stair stepper for 10 minutes and get off and have abs of steel. So it's just not going to happen. It's that consistent, and that's why we meet weekly. Consistently showing up, consistently being prepared, consistently taking care of your clients and your customers. And so, yeah, I totally agree. Meeting people with intentionality and the intentionality of having a relationship and cultivating that relationship, and know that down the road that will turn into or lead to betterment for everybody. You're shaking your head.
Absolutely.
You're totally rolling with me. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have an action item that you think you would recommend for anybody listening?
Yeah. So basically in the same vein, it's all about intentionality. It's all about being purposeful. So a lot of the problems that newer BNI members, or even those members that have been in a while and tend to get a little complacent, like I can honestly say in my course of BNI, I've had peaks and valleys, and usually those valleys are when I tend to get a little complacent and not put as much effort into it. So number one is definitely you get out of it what you put into it. So probably the number one thing you can do is go have good one-to-ones with the people in your chapter, and also people outside your chapter that are going to be good referral partners, potentially good referral partners, and do it with purpose and intention as to find out, go in with the intention of, how can I help you? I'm going to listen to what you say. There's that listen word again. I'm going to listen to what you're asking for, what you need, and I'm going to try to purposely and intentionally figure out a way to help you out. And if you go in with that mindset and you do it over and over and over again, that's how you start helping people get referrals, which then again, givers gain. When people see that effort, they want to reciprocate that effort as well for you. And so that's really the number one thing you could do right this second. Go schedule some one-to-ones and go in to see how can you help them in a very specific way. And I guarantee you, the more you do that, you will see results coming out of BNI.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Marcel.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank you for being here today. That kind of winds up our time. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your experience and the way you think about BNI and its members. So thank you for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, so happy that we finally connected, like I said. And for our viewership, if you'd like to get more information on Marcel, his business, and his BNI experience, just check out the information in the show notes. Oh, and I guess over here and over there. I don't know how you're looking at it, but realize that Marcel Brown is the most trusted name in technology for real. And so check out his information. And again, I want to thank you, our viewers, for spending time with us. Please take a look at the BNI Mid America shows on YouTube and BNI Mid America TV. What? And look at our other shows such as Go for the Green, the Gold Club Member Spotlight, and the New Member Spotlight, hosted by none other than Marcel Brown. So check that out as well. And please click subscribe and share with your friends and family, especially those wanting to grow their business. Thanks so much, and we hope you have a great day.
For more information on how BNI can help you build your business, book your complimentary consultation with Virginia Moosekeese at discoverbnimidamerica.com. BNI Mid America TV is brought to you by the Bergman Insurance Group, your trusted source for Medicare information, education, and enrollment. Be sure to check out the show notes for additional information on how to contact today's host or guest about their business, and thanks for watching.